Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name's Chris and it's fantastic to have you back with us for another video, and I'm really enjoying being back on the main channel. And I'd like to just say a big thank you to everybody in the comments from yesterday's video. It does feel good to be back on the main channel, and hopefully I'm going to bring some really cool types of videos. So Nick's obviously been doing technical analysis. We've got JB doing technical analysis on the main channel now as well. And, you know, I'm going to touch on news, but I might even do a mini series on use case for different types of projects. And I think this might be just a bit of an educational series that, you know, talks through different use cases for different projects. And, you know, maybe that's going to be something that people will find useful. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on that. Would that be something, you know, useful to understand perhaps some of the different types of use cases that these projects have? Today's video is going to be primarily about, you know, the news, keeping you up to date, because again, I think that's really crucial for everybody that's invested in cryptocurrency in this part of the bear market, which I think, and I've articulated maybe poorly, I don't know, that it's going to be the hardest part of the bear market, that final phase where the vast majority of people get squeezed out of crypto. And I think that's what's going to be happening before the big players get involved. Now, yesterday, a really big piece of news: VeChain got listed on Coinbase, and you know, we get to break that news. We saw it six minutes, I think it took for us to be there making a video and getting that information out to our community through Twitter. So give us a follow on Twitter, give us a follow in our Discord. Those are going to be two of the places to probably, you know, be as close to Cheeky Crypto and as close to, you know, the news as it breaks. YouTube takes a little bit longer to get the information out because of the how the notifications and stuff work, right? So I want to be really clear on that. You know, we want to be really on it when it comes to crypto in the next 5 to 8 months. And once we get through that phase, I kind of feel like things are going to be moving very, very nicely. And I think we're going to see some remarkable prices, you know, which are, I think this is pretty much the accumulation zone now. You're seeing people talk about it as an accumulation zone. I think they just think it's going to go sideways. We're going down. But, you know, I think accumulation phase is probably the best way to describe it. We're going to be buying on the way down. You're not going to catch the bottom, you know, and if you do, you're very, very lucky. But I think this is going to be where opportunity is. And yeah, I'm all about opportunity, right? For me, the glass is half full, not half empty. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on that. Where do you think the market's going? It's going to be interesting heading into 2024. Right. If you enjoy this sort of content, mash up the like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tapping that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video. Now, just before we get into the news and the markets, just touching on VeChain, obviously getting listed on Coinbase. What a lot of people don't realize is this is a really big piece of news, not just because it's Coinbase, but it means that institutional players will have access to VeChain now and 𝗕. So this is a really big deal, and something that, you know, has been, I guess, in the works for a long time. We've been talking about it, calling that it was going to happen imminently. So it was great to see it happening, because I was saying every Tuesday I would be going long on VeChain, and I certainly wouldn't be shorting. So it's nice to see that, you know, people perhaps got in on a Tuesday pump for VeChain. So there we go. There you have it, right? One of the benefits of watching Cheeky Crypto. Right, let's get down to the desktop. Okay, so we're going to start here, and we'll have a look at coin market cap, have a look at the total market cap of all crypto, which is really no different to yesterday. It's at $1.04 trillion, up 0.21% at the time of recording, a few hours before this one goes out. The global market cap of crypto, there you go. 26,291.50 is the price of Bitcoin at the time of recording, and Ethereum is at 1,612.62. But we got some big news, so let's sort of get into it, right? We got the PayPal PYUSD stablecoin is 100% backed. Paxos transparency report has highlighted this. And look, I think that this is really important to understand because not all stable coins are backed 100%. Some are backed in many different ways. So, although they're saying it's backed 100%, I would still be going and having a look at how it's backed. What's it backed by? Because some projects will say, or stable coins will say, that it's loosely pegged to the dollar. Some will say it's pegged to the dollar. Some people will tell you that it's loosely pegged to the dollar, but then it's not just pegged to the dollar, and it's through all these investments and all sorts of different things that means that it's stable. Then you've got your algorithmic stable coins. Again, completely different, backed by nothing but code. So make sure that you understand stable coins. I don't talk about this enough, but I think we talk about it more than others. You've got to understand, what it is that you're holding, right? That includes stable coins, right? I think sometimes, and people might think differently to me, but I do think that sometimes because something reads as stable, that they're just taking it by its name, like stable coin. It's a coin that's stable, and that's not really always the case, as we've seen with some of the algorithmic stable coins that went to zero. So not all algorithmic stable coins are bad. Some are very, very good, in fact, and have a good burn mint process. But some just don't. So just be warned, be careful, be aware of what it is that you hold, and also be aware of where you hold it, and what they're doing as well when it comes to exchanges and wallets and all that wonderful stuff. Right, let's move on. We got BNB Chain's Layer 2 network, 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗏, goes live. So the Ethereum virtual machine, the EVM compatible L2 chain scalability solution based on Optimism OP stacked expands to BNB chain ecosystem to provide cheaper gas fees for projects. So again, another really good piece of news. We've got Tornado. I can't talk today. Tornado Cash developers trial is set for the set for March. What is wrong with me today? Let me start again. Tornado Cash developers trial set for March 2024. This is something, again, really interesting to keep an eye on. And the reason why I think it's really interesting to keep an eye on is because I think the result of this particular lawsuit could impact how people code in the future and how developers work in the future. Because, you're looking to really hold somebody responsible for writing a piece of code and people, exploiting it for malicious purposes rather than just privacy, for example. So obvious that was always going to happen, but at the same time, where do you draw a line in the sand? Let me know your thoughts and opinions on that. It's an interesting one, right? We've got FTX modifies Bitcoin and crypto sales proposal for court last minute, and this one was really interesting, right? Because basically, in essence, what the proposal was before this change was that they were going to potentially liquidate $200 million worth of crypto per week until they've done the $3.2 billion worth that they hold, I believe. Don't hold me accountable for this. Like I'm basing it on what I believe is accurate information. That has now been modified to basically be between 50 million and 100 million per week. So it starts off at 50 million and it ramps up to 100 million over time per week. So that's a big difference, right? And I think that's going to be better for the market. I think it's going to be better for, FTX for trying to retain more value. But ultimately, it's still not good for crypto. It means that, we're going to have this prolonged period where we're going to have an awful lot of crypto being dumped on the market. Now, are they going to be doing it, on a Thursday or a Friday every week? Probably not. We're probably not going to know when they're going to be doing it. So we need to be careful. And I think people trading need to be mindful through this phase that you could just get caught out because they might just drop one entire project on the market all at the same time. I think that they're going to do it differently. I think they're going to do it at the times that they're going to be able to redeem the most amount of buck as possible. But, you just don't know. Moving on, we've got North Korea's, hacker group are responsible for the 55 million CoinEx hack, according to a report. Again, this is just something that seems to be happening and becoming more and more prominent. We are going to be doing an interview with Lossless soon. They're a cybersecurity project in the crypto space that can support with things like this. There's lots of bridge hacks, and DeFi hacks, and all sorts of different things. And I've kind of said, I think there needs to be severe punishment for project leaders that don't, implement, a partnership with, say Lossless or some other variation of project that's doing a similar thing that can support, stop people from losing money, because it's not good, right? And I think that we need a change, and we need somebody to stand up and say it. I'm that person. I'm saying it. We've got mega bank HSBC is collaborating with a crypto company. So this is, again, just really interesting. All the banks, they are sort of getting on board. They all know that they're going to, crumble and go to zero if they don't get on board with crypto and blockchain technology. So basically, for me, I find it very, very interesting, right? They're obviously working with Fireblocks. Again, it's really, really interesting stuff. It's all around custody and that side of things. But, these banks, they haven't been friendly to their customers. They haven't been supportive of their customers. Customers are having their banks, they're being debanked, right, by certain banks because they're involved in cryptocurrency. We've seen this happen multiple times. So be careful. The banks are out to protect themselves. They don't care about their customers. We got US CPI inflation jumps up to 3.7% in August, and this was more than expected. So going to be interesting. I did say that we're going to see a volatile market. I wasn't lying. Co-founder of $4 billion crypto fraud scheme gets 20 years in prison. He also gets a $300 million fine. Seems to be missing off of this headline. Is $300 million really enough, and 20 years in prison? Personally, I think, the 11,000 years is more aligned to kind of my way of thinking. I think that these scammers, these hackers, they should be getting obscene amounts of years in prison or a very severe punishment. I think these punishments need to be so severe that these bad actors don't want to be bad actors anymore, right? If you make it so it's so extreme, consequence-wise, that it's not appealing to do it, I think that you're going to reduce the number of people that do it. I think that, it's the only way. It's just my opinion. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. We got SBF's lawyers want to quiz juniors on crypto, autism, and ADHD. Really interesting, right? I think they're going to be looking at ways to get Sam Bankman-Fried out of the situation that he's in. They're going to be trying to make him out to have problems that he perhaps doesn't have. They're going to try to make him look good when he really isn't a good person. So yeah, look, I'm glad to see the judge is seeing through the bullshit. I think that's kind of where we're at the minute. Whether that continues or not, I'm not sure. But yeah, look, I want this guy to get the highest punishment possible. I want it to be so severe that, people look at what Sam's done and they would never, if they're a bad actor, they would never want to do what Sam's done. And I think that's the way it needs to be. You need to put these people off by letting them know that, that's the end for you if you do that. And it's just my opinion. Moving on, we've got Ripple price forecast. XRP holders need to prepare for a 25% crash. And this is people just talking about the outlook, still talking about the lawsuit and that side of things. But I agree that we should be expecting some price reductions. I do think that we're going to see the cheapest prices in crypto very, very soon, both for altcoins, but also Bitcoin. I think we're going to see these prices. People laugh and joke about, the bears and the $10,000 Bitcoin. But what we tend to see both sides are right. The bulls are right, the bears are right. But on the flip side, the bulls are wrong and the bears are wrong. And I think basically, a lot of people in this space are being played. I think, the market will drop, not down to the prices that the bears are talking about, but somewhere near. It'll then pump again, whilst the bulls are saying it's going to go to 30k, it'll go to 26, and then it'll go back down again. The bears will be like, told you the bulls were wrong. When it goes down, it'll then not get to the price targets that the bears are talking about. It'll go back up, and the bulls will be going, the bears were wrong. They were so wrong. But ultimately, the bulls are always in a bull market, or always going into a bull market, and the bears are always in a bear market, not going in a bull market ever. So I think we've got to be careful. Really, you're looking for somebody that's looking at the structures, that are telling you that it's going down, but also telling you to expect a pump, after reaching certain targets. And I think, I look at Cheeky Crypto, I look at what Nick's doing, JB's doing, Festoon's doing, what I'm doing, and we're really looking at the market. I think we've done a fantastic job in this bear market. We've called pretty much every bottom, told you to expect bear market rallies in the lead up to 2023. We told you in June that you would see new lower lows. You saw that for altcoins. I just think that we've kind of called the market very accurately, and I think we're just gonna work our asses off to make sure that we continue to basically deliver that level of detail and content, and hopefully people will be successful following us in this market. Ripple moves 100 million unlocked XRP amid price crash. Again, this is media trying to indicate to people that Ripple are selling, and I think Ripple will be selling at certain points, but I think they will be buying at certain points in this the future as well. So look, I think we should be looking at the market, believing that it's going to be volatile over the next few months. I think that we've got to stay switched on. We've got to be talking with projects, understanding the projects, asking the project teams questions, making sure the project teams are aligned to their roadmaps and their deadlines and all that sort of stuff. And if they're not, we should ask challenging questions. It's what I think we should do. It's just my opinion. Go away, do your own research, make sure the projects resonate with you before making any investment decisions. But ultimately, there's been some great times and great ways to make money in this bear market, and I think we've done a really good job. Check out the Discord, check out cheekycrypto.io. with our membership is fantastic. We have 2 weekly AMAs with Nick and myself. We have 2 live TA sessions for members as well. We have project reviews done weekly. I think we've got over 350 project reviews now with ratings on projects, where you can go and find out more about the projects. We've even started doing video project reviews and much more. TA on request for members. You got trade ideas, so much going on. It's definitely worth going and checking out cheekycrypto.io. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, mash up that like button. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Tapping that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care.